Hello world, it's me again. It's been a minute, but I'm glad to be back. Lately on social media, I have been posting a question a week about breakups. And I want to start sharing them here because the responses I've been getting, they've been so good, and we've had some really good discussion on social media about this. We need to have more discussion about it, especially in the context of Christianity. So I'm gonna share my first question here and kind of share some insights that I gleaned from that. Here we go. So the first question that I asked was, what are some unhelpful things that were said to you when you were going through a breakup? Which I think is a valid question. And so I'm going to take you through the responses now. Someone said there's plenty of fish in the sea. And it's not that you're wrong. There are plenty of fish in the sea. It's just, when somebody is going through a breakup, the last thing they want to think about first is like, okay, so who's next? Like, they're hurting. Give them a second. There's other fish in the sea. Maybe not the most helpful thing to say right away as they're going through it. Next, good. I never liked him anyway. And the person says, so why didn't you say that before? So don't get me wrong. We celebrate people who have left toxic relationships. That's not the issue. Again, the issue is the person okay? Like, they might not feel in the moment like, well, good, he was like, sensitivity, people, sensitivity, compassion, okay? Let's see. Next, somebody said, at least you finally did it. Oh, so you were waiting for the relationship to end. Okay. Somebody said they start telling you about all the red flags that they knew about before you got into the relationship. And that's kind of a way of putting salt in the wound, if you will. Come on. Like, I already feel bad enough that the relationship ended. I don't need, insights on red flags while I'm trying to work my way through it. Maybe someday, but not today, like aftermath of breakup. Okay. This next person says, my loved one started celebrating. So let me just say, if someone you love has ended a friendship, a relationship, left a job, whatever, and you know it was toxic, and you're like, don't celebrate in front of them. Like, don't do it in front of them unless it's time. Now, if they're like, praise the Lord, I'm out of that relationship, then yeah, it's time to party. But like, if you literally get a text that says I ended it, or my relationship ended, whatever, ask. Don't just immediately send the balloons and the celebration. Like, compassion is our word for today. Compassion. What we don't want to do is try to persuade them to feel how we think they should feel from the outside. We want to be compassionate and gracious like God is. Oh, somebody said it wasn't God's will. I'm gonna probably create a whole nother video addressing, like, because that's my soapbox. Telling somebody like, I'm breaking up with you because God told me to, or it was God's will, it wasn't God's will. I have a whole soapbox and I'm gonna make a video about it. We're gonna leave it there. Last one says, I always thought you guys were so perfect together. Again, that hurts. That makes it hurt worse. That's not helpful. Okay. And the last one says, just get over it, let it go, move on. Because it's so simple, right? Like, okay. So the reason why I wanted to ask people about unhelpful things that were said over the course of a breakup in their lives is because, y'all, we need to be more aware, and we want to say helpful things. We don't want to make somebody's healing process harder than it has to be. My prayer is that we will be more compassionate and gracious towards our loved ones that are going through breakups. So, thanks for watching if you made it to the end of this video, and I'll see you next time. Bye.